Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you would like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all the relevant information. So today we're going to be reacting to someone who I haven't reacted to for at least a little while now. This is SomecallmeJohnny, who I think I reacted to him a few times when we were doing Patreon requests, but I don't think I've done any reactions for him. Well, we've had this other reaction request system going on. And today we'll be looking at his videos, Johnny vs. Super Mario Sunshine. Which, if you're wondering about my history with the game, I have never played Sunshine. I think my Mario journey kind of ended with Mario 64, which I did play quite a bit. And I had fun with it. I mean, it was quite a big deal when it came out. As kind of the flagship title with the N64. And it was cool. But I think I was a bit less drawn to the 3D Mario in the end than I was the 2D games. I mean, I played all the Mario games basically up to that point on the SNES and NES. Yeah, when I got my GameCube, never really picked up Sunshine. I think I thought the water thing was kind of dumb. Like, I mean, the whole hose that he has on his back or whatever it is. Like that just did not seem like a cool mechanic to me. So I just never gave it a chance. And I really haven't played many Mario games since though. I think I played a little bit of Galaxy. Like, I think my cousin had it, so I played it a little bit once when visiting her. And I think my sister maybe even rented it for a little while. So yeah, maybe a little bit of Galaxy, but not really many other more modern Mario games. And definitely Sunshine. Although Sunshine, I will say that I have seen a little bit of gameplay. I watched some VTubers play it. I think, was it Ame or Kiara? Maybe both even, because they were both playing Mario games. I don't know if, but I forget which ones played which ones. I think maybe Kiara played it. Yeah, it was Kiara. I think Ame started from more modern ones, so I saw her play like Odyssey and stuff. Yeah, Kiara started with 64. That led to some memorable moments. So yeah, I've seen a little bit of Sunshine due to Kiara, at least as far as she streamed it. So I know a little bit about what's up here. So I won't be completely blind, but in terms of what he's talking about, but. Yeah, I definitely haven't played the whole game myself, or any of the game myself, and I haven't seen the whole game. So that's the whole point there. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Johnny vs. Super Mario Sunshine. Here we go.
So then, you're back. Thought I'd forget what happened over 10 years ago?
Huh?
Don't try and butter me up. An entire summer wasted on you for what? For what?
I like the Metroid
Prime and Super Smash Bros. Melee were some of the first titles I ever purchased for myself on the Nintendo GameCube. However, before I actually got the lunchbox, my very first GameCube title was already given to me as a birthday present, and that was Super Mario Sunshine. Let's get started.
Alright, I promise not to be too melancholy for this review, but I have my reasons which you'll find out soon enough. While not a launch title, Super Mario Sunshine did release a few months after the GameCube debuted in store shelves, and hey, we weren't entirely deprived of Super Mario action in the meantime. There was Luigi's Mansion. It's not the same thing, I know, but it's better than nothing. I should look at this at some point.
Never played Luigi's Mansion either.
Game anyway. Mario and Princess Peach have had enough of the Mushroom Kingdom shit for the time being and decided to take a vacation to Isle Delfino, a tropical resort that hosts some of the most unwholesome beings in the Mario universe, the Piñatas. Yeah, I'm jumping the gun a bit here. Fuck these guys. They're not all jerks, but the other 98% are. The vacation is off to a rough start immediately after the plane lands, as the airport is strangely covered in a mysterious goop. The townspeople seem to be blaming Mario for the ruckus, but we know that's horseshit as we just fucking got here, and Peach knows that too. But she doesn't feel the need to speak up when it matters. Yeah, just keep staring at that sinister silhouette, Peach. To clean up the goop, Mario gets equipped with Flood,
a flash liquidizer ultra-dousing device.
The power of the glorified Super Soaker CPS 3200 allows Mario to clean up the mess, where out pops a shiny object that Mario grabs without question. Celebrations are cut short though when Mario is suddenly arrested and incarcerated on the charge of covering the entirety of Isle Delfino in this paint-like substance. Proper litigation, due process, credible evidence, a right to an attorney. These are the things the judicial system of Isle Delfino laugh at, as Mario is sentenced to clean up the whole island and isn't allowed to leave until he finishes the job.
And remember, we'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can pick up the tab even when you forget your wallet. I got this.
Fargo, send Kaz $145 to Zelle.
Smooth. Do you Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo.
Owning a small business
Two of them?
means your sales,
Almost
customer
15
service,
seconds.
and head of closing suite
So is
deals
this one? What
all
the
in one. Spectrum One for Business is fast internet, free advanced Wi-Fi with Security Shield, and a free mobile line, all for one low price. Spectrum Business is made to work.
What's really going on is that a doppelganger of Mario is roaming around the island and messing shit up, causing the power source of Isle Delfino, the Shine Sprites, to scatter and cause a continuous darkness that'll only go away if Mario gets the Shine Sprites back. I think I'm beginning to see why I thought of this game when I was playing Billy Hatcher.
Never even heard of Billy Hatcher.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The Shadow Mario, as the game calls it, makes no effort in hiding himself in the public eye. People can clearly see there are two Marios running about, with one clearly trying to stop the other, and Mario is still tasked with cleaning up the island.
Yeah, these guys...
You know, this is absolutely different than standard Mario shit. I'll give
Maybe
it
not
that.
the sharpest.
But this game sure as hell isn't giving me a good reason to want to help these people out besides clearing my own name, which I have to do by default.
That's the gist of it. Mario's got to clean things up by warping the different points of the dolphin-shaped island and collect Shine Sprites, this game's version of the Power Stars from Super Mario 64. Spraying goop with high-pressured water is only a small part of the equation, as gathering sprites just requires Mario to be Mario. Jumping through over hazards, facing off against bosses big or small, and ripping tentacles off of innocent bloopers. Yep, nothing out of the ordinary here. Your flexibility is about the same as Mario 64, minus the combat. He can't punch or kick anymore, but I don't think that was really important, because jumping on enemies was just as good, if not a better option overall. The long jump was also removed, as the L trigger is dedicated to the camera reset feature, and the R trigger is mapped to Flood. I'll get to him in a second. This used to bother me a whole lot, more so when Flood was taken away from Mario during those intense platforming sequences, but then I discovered the real power of the dive maneuver, making its return from Mario 64. This can be awesome with great timing. You can get Mario to move rather quickly with consecutive button pressing. His control, on the other hand, has been fine-tuned to what I think is near perfection, the GameCube controller. I love this thing so much, and it works so well.
It was pretty good.
Analog movement is ultra smooth, the buttons are in all the right places, and response time is quick. The camera is far better than last time thanks to it being mapped to the C-Stick, which has greater precision than button presses. Super Mario Sunshine, on a technical level, just feels better than the classic N64 title. Flood is the new mechanic exclusive for this game. By default, it has two modes: the normal water shooter that can take care of dirty problems from a considerable distance, either on the move or at a standstill, and the hovering nozzle, two powerful streams of water blasted towards the ground that can levitate Mario for a few seconds. The hovering nozzle rocks. You'd be surprised how much fun I can have just by letting Mario jump far distances and then further prolonging my airtime with hovering. It feels great finding different ways to either avoid things or approach current objectives by being creative with Flood. There are two other modes you can later unlock for Flood, which are the rocket nozzle and turbo nozzle, the rocket one letting you launch incredibly high up into the air, and the turbo nozzle letting Mario blast away at high speeds. Alas, Flood can only hold on to two modes at a time, and it's always the hovering nozzle that gets replaced. So the two additional Flood modes are often limited to certain Shine Sprites, very much like the special caps in Mario 64. Though if you were to ask me, I think they're not as situational. Several locales have the rocket or turbo nozzle on standby when they aren't necessarily needed. They're there if you feel like using them, and I think that alone gives them a practicality that the Vanish, Metal, and Wing Cap didn't have last time. Do I personally use them when available? Not all the time, but the option's there if you want to take it, and I like that. I would have loved if the rocket and turbo nozzles were permanent upgrades to Flood, not only allowing for an incredibly versatile Mario, but for the possibility of extremely sophisticated level design that would take advantage of the added movesets. That's not the case here, obviously, but perhaps in a
I always like that kind of thing more.
Never know. Flood requires a healthy supply of water to keep it going, but running out is never an issue. There's H2O all over the fucking place in this game. Such majestic looking water too. I still think it looks nice.
It does look good, yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine is bright, colorful, and it really nails the beach setting, but I think the hazy weather effects added to represent the hot temperatures of Isle Delfino kind of makes the game look oversaturated at points. And when you're playing this on an HD TV, the cutscenes look distractingly pixelated. When you start collecting Shine Sprites in Pinna Park, you'll be able to unlock Yoshi for the hub world in certain missions. He can help Mario jump higher, eat enemies from a far distance with his tongue, and regurgitate his stomach juices to act similar to Flood. Yoshi needs to eat fruit to keep going, and for some baffling reason he can't swim. He disintegrates the instant he dives into water. Shorelines and resorts.
No, Ame did play this too, right? She has some frustrating stuff with
As
Yoshi,
Isle Delfino, a tropical resort, is the main setting, this makes sense. But if
Remember
you don't find
that.
the beach setting interesting, Super Mario Sunshine is going to visually bore you until you get to those specific missions where things get a little weirder. To get really nitpicky for the moment, I love the color contrast of Pinata Village at night. I just like the way Mario pops out against the nighttime setting, and the flaming goop in one of the missions is almost hypnotizing.
Missions.
Let's deal with this first. Shadow Mario is actually a new character introduced in this game, Bowser Jr., the son of the King of Koopas, and he kidnaps Princess Peach, believing her to be his mother.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away. Mama Peach? I'm your mama?
She had to think about that. You asked for a different plot in a Mario game, and you get implications of a one-night stand between Princess Peach and Bowser.
I mean, but
I will never, ever again complain about the simplistic plot of a Mario game.
Okay, I know I'm reading way too deep into that, but the end result is that Peach is kidnapped once more, and we need to go save her again. To reach the final area of the game, Corona Mountain, you have to chase down Shadow Mario in all 7 areas of Isle Delfino. The Shadow Mario missions are always episode 7 on the mission select, meaning you have to complete episodes 1 through 6 in order to reach it. Here's the thing, Super Mario Sunshine is not as open-ended as Mario 64, meaning you can't get shine sprites out of the intended order, as certain objectives will only appear if you select the corresponding mission. To its credit, when you select the mission objective, the game will momentarily point you in the general direction that you should be going, unlike in Super Mario 64 where Mario is just plastered into the world with no given context besides the mission's name, though I don't think that was a big issue. As completing the Shadow Mario missions are mandatory, the total amount of shine sprites you have by the time you get to Corona Mountain is completely irrelevant. So that means you're pretty limited on how you complete the main quest. In Super Mario 64, you needed 70 Power Stars to reach Bowser, but what Power Stars you had and exactly how you achieved them was never the concern. Just get 70 of them and you're good to go, which I think encouraged multiple playthroughs. Here, you have to play every area of the game, you have to complete episodes 1 through 6 to get to the Shadow Mario missions, and you have to spray Shadow Mario down 7 separate times. If you're not a fan of this setup and prefer the Mario 64 route, well, tough shit unfortunately. I'm a pretty run-of-the-mill guy when it comes to collecting stars in 64, so the way Sunshine makes the adventure more linear doesn't entirely bother me, and being blunt here, what we have pre-Bowser battle is better than what we get post-Bowser battle.
Oh boy, we're about to go there, aren't we? Alright, well, let me just grab this.
Okay, let's talk about those shine sprites. Super Mario 64 had 15 courses, each containing 6 Power Stars plus a hidden star when you scored 100 coins. Super Mario Sunshine only has 7 main areas, about half of what the last game offered, but it still has 120 shine sprites to collect. So to partially counterbalance that, every stage has more shine sprites to obtain. How many? 11. 11 shine sprites total. 8 obtained from episodes, 2 secret shine sprites, and 1 shine sprite obtained from... once again, collecting 100 coins. I'm not gonna dance around this, these fucking blow yet again. You know why I hated them in 64, and they somehow made it worse here. Some 100 coin missions are very specific with the coin hunting, and to top it off, you gotta make sure you're in the correct episode to have the ability to collect 100 coins in the first place. As far as I know, nothing about the game tells you about that, so don't screw yourself by picking the wrong episode and finding yourself wandering around the level with about 70 coins at your disposal before you realize you just wasted your time.
But let's do some math here. Including the first shine sprite you get at the start of the game, the total amount of shine sprites you can gather by fully completing each of the 7 courses is 78 shine sprites. Subtract from 120, and that's a total of 42 shine sprites unaccounted for. So, what's the deal with that?
That's where Delfino Plaza steps in. The
itself
has shine sprites to collect, some as simple as having the proper flood nozzle to reach it, and some requiring going through miniature obstacle courses that can fuck right off!
Okay. Someone is not a fan.
I'm sorry.
Super Mario Sunshine, in my opinion, is the most difficult 3D game in the series when you're going for every shine sprite. You know, the source of extreme difficulty coming from getting everything in the game is par for the course for any 3D platformer. Look at the Crash Bandicoot series and other games like Sonic Lost World, but here you...
Let's retrace our steps. The heat is on.
What?
The walls are closing in.
You...
Oh, you get jack shit for getting every shine sprite in the game. There you go. That's why I have better memories towards Super Mario Sunshine.
Let me take you back to 2003 during my first
I remember this thing. That was
I had the game. I was having
memorable
fun,
Kiara
but then I
clip.
realized, hey, if I only have to deal with getting Shadow Mario wet a few times, what's the point of collecting the Shine Sprites? You know, the things Mario was tasked with collecting. I wonder, will I get something cool if I collect them all? Like some sort of secret character or hidden level, the weather changing from summer to autumn, something? I don't know. I made it my mission during that summer to 100% Super Mario Sunshine. I dealt with it all, dragging this stupid-ass watermelon to the giant blender while doing my best to avoid anything that could make it explode like a fucking bomb, trying to shoot these balloons while riding this forsaken roller coaster, this pachinko minigame where Mario controls like utter shit because of the level terrain and because it just fucking sucks. This game has some sort of freakish hard-on for red coins. This poison river where you had to ride this deteriorating lily pad down this stream of water that instantly kills you if you touch it and you can't afford to mess up, or else you have to die and try again. You need Yoshi to ride these slow-ass boats of this one island to get there, and he's and that fucking pipe that you think will warp you back to the beginning of the obstacle course, but instead it just takes you back to the hub world. This game! And then there's the blue coins. You remember these from Mario 64, right? They were great. They got you 5 coins, but those 100 coin missions still suck dick. But here, the currency. For what? Shine Sprites. You see these two? They can exchange your Shine Sprites for blue coins, and the citizens never think to arrest these jerk-offs. You know, they say the Shine Sprites are goddamn essential for sustaining life itself on Isle Delfino. Yeah, here these two are, selling them like fucking heroin. Super Mario Sunshine, because it's a totally different game when you're on the hunt.
Shine Sprite black market there.
240 blue coins in the game, and they're fucking everywhere. In paint, in water, in fire. Hell, some of the civilians even reward you with blue coins for kicking some fucking fruit around. And some of these assholes reward you with Shine Sprites when you help them out with shit.
Can you see it, folks? Can you see it why I don't like these people? Oh, hey there. Oh, man, looks like you're on fire. It's too bad. Alright, as soon as you don't feel the need to run into the ocean that's just to your left, I'll put you out. With Yoshi's juices. Good to see you back, buddy. There you go, putting that fire out with those guttural acidic juices. Yoshi juice for everyone!
Yeah.
When I completed other games, I got something for it. Crash Bandicoot, the best ending. Sonic Lost World? Yeah, those red rings are bullshit, but I still got Super Sonic for it. What's the point of collecting all of the Shine Sprites in this game? What is it? Bragging rights. My heart was shattered when I first realized on this ending image because it effectively, efficiently told me that I just wasted my goddamn time. All of those extra Shine Sprites, all of that time I spent grabbing those blue coins, my entire post-game journey, meaningless. And you know, to some, the journey is what matters most and not so much the destination, but the journey sucked too. Some of these missions are so fucking impossible that...
Super Mario Sunshine is a game I absolutely do not recommend fully completing. There's no sense of reward for doing so. Reflecting on the severe amount of trial and error, the amount of time you'll spend searching for the 240 blue coins, some of which can be extremely cryptic, and what you have to show besides a completed save file is just not worth it. Here's the kicker though, when you're just playing to reach the final battle with Bowser in the end, Super Mario Sunshine is great. In some ways I find it better than Super Mario 64. Smoother control, a better camera, some very interesting level design, fun challenges that won't make you break your controller, and while the game may be a bit alienating to longtime Mario fans with its surreal world and enemy design, I look at it as a breath of fresh air. It's different, but it's still a 3D Mario game in its core. Don't let my horrible personal experiences with getting the 120 Shine Sprites affect your judgment for Super Mario Sunshine totally. The main quest is a great time, the rest of it just sucks balls. But you might find something enjoyable about it that I didn't see. All the more reason to give Super Mario Sunshine a try.
Alright, that's the end of that chapter. Sometimes revisiting something you haven't played in a long time can either lead to a disappointing realization or a hidden surprise. Sunshine sort of falls in the middle of that, but more on the hidden surprise though. But alright then, up next for the Mario Marathon, we got ourselves a double header. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and its direct follow-up, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now this one's going to take a little time to complete since I'm looking at 2 games for 1 video, and I appreciate your patience and understanding because of that. But it's not like August is going to be completely devoid of content. There's a certain hacking contest making its return to this channel that I may or may not do some live streams on, but more info on that later. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching, have yourselves a great night, and take care.
The world a special place. Cherish life and never waste.
Everyone loves a sunshiny day. We're gonna keep it that way. That's clean is better than dirty, and dirty's neater than clean.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, even though I don't have a lot of history with the game, it was kind of interesting. I mean, the level design is definitely something with games that I do like to think about, and I can see how, like that is kind of, yeah, really not cool that there isn't a reward for completing everything. You expect at least a little something for 100%ing a game like that, and for it to get you nothing, that kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, I am kind of glad that I have seen at least some streams of this game. Otherwise, I wouldn't really have too much context for the review. But yeah, from what I've seen of it, it did look like a fairly fun Mario game. Like I would agree that the whole water flood thing, it doesn't seem to change the core gameplay as much as maybe I feared it would when it was first coming out. I don't know, but yeah, maybe if I had played it, I would have enjoyed it. But yeah, I did not. Anyway, that's all for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.